You had a great quote from one of your pre-draft press conferences about the receiver position, and you said that the receivers on the team are insulted by the perception that the receivers aren't very good, and you're personally insulted by it. And it was great. We played it on one of our shows. We reacted to it. And then you drafted 2 receivers, one in round 1 and one in round 4. How do we reconcile what you said about the receivers before the draft with the fact that you drafted 2 more?
Well, it was before the draft. What I would say is, like, anybody that tries to read too much into what people said before the draft, they're acting foolish. And, we're trying to win. Everything we do is based on, does this help our club win? Does this put us in the best position to win? So, yeah, as you know, Mike, you write about it all the time. There's a lot of foolishness being said before the draft, anonymous scouts and things like that. We don't really play that game. But for me to stand up there and talk about how we're going to build a team, before the draft is probably not the smartest thing in the world. So what I said really in my intentions was that I believe our receivers do want to be the best. They do care about that, and we believe in those guys. We're still going to build the very best team we can build at any point, now, before the season, during training camp, after the season, whatever that might be. There's gamesmanship involved and there's a strategy involved. And for me to go up there and say we're going to draft a receiver in the first round, that would be foolish. And everybody should understand that. On the other hand, I do believe in our receivers, very strongly. I do believe in those guys. I do believe in Hollywood Brown, Miles Boykin, Devin Duvernay, James Prochet, Sammy Watkins. We do believe in those guys. We also believe in Bateman. We also believe in Thielen Wallace as well. And we think we've really, strengthened that class of players, and that's going to make us a better offense.
That was Eric DeCosta from PFTPM. I love it when they admit that the stuff they say before the draft is BS, because by the time we get to next year's draft and the run up to it, we will have forgotten that. And they're going to say what they say. It gets reported. It gets repeated. And some of it's true, maybe coincidentally. But, yeah, no one is going to come out and say, man, we really need receivers in this draft. We are going to go heavy for receivers. We're really not happy with the guys we have. We can't get free agents to come here and play in a run-based offense. Yeah, we're going after receivers. So that's what they got to do. But it's just refreshing that someone will admit that, Peter.
But what exactly did Eric DeCosta say before the draft? He said, essentially, I am ticked off at everybody ripping our receivers. We like our receivers. And he used stronger language than that. But that's in essence what he said. And I believe that he really does like Devin Duvernay. Now, does he think that Devin Duvernay is a number 1 receiver? Probably not. Does he think that Hollywood Brown has the stuff to stay on the field for 58 snaps a game? Probably not. But I do not think that what he said before the draft necessarily means that they're not taking any receivers high in this draft.
Well, but I think when you come out and say it's insulting to suggest we don't have good receivers, they're insulted by it.
Yeah.
I'm insulted by it. The implication is we're sufficiently pleased with them. Not, they've got a good personality, but we're pleased with their performance that we don't feel as compelled to upgrade the position as outsiders may think. So it would tend to throw people off.
That is not at all what I took from what he said, though. I did not take that at all, Mike. What I took is that stay off our receivers' backs. I got the backs of my guys. I am pro Devin Duvernay. I love Miles Boykin. I love these guys. Now, you can say that, and then you can still draft Rashad Bateman 27th overall. Those are not mutually exclusive things. Those are standing up for the guys on your team and then fixing a part of your team that you believe could be better. And I think that's what this is about. I understand that everybody said, whoa, look at what DeCosta said and all that. But honestly, I think most GMs would say that before the draft about a position on their roster that's under attack from outsiders.
Well, that's probably just being a good manager, but at the same time, management has found some new employees, both in round 1 and in round 4, who could supplant individuals that they think are very nice people and they like very much and would be good enough, but there are better options. And it gets back to what we were talking about with the union. It's a zero-sum game. There's only so many jobs. You have opportunities to stand out or not stand out, and the offseason program is part of that opportunity. So when Bateman and Wallace enter the fray, assuming they show up for the offseason program, they get a chance to catch the eye of DeCosta and John Harbaugh and everyone else who's monitoring to determine who are the ones that they should make not just part of the roster, but put on the field in the 2 and 3 and 4 receiver packages.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.